you live once again at our booth here at AHR Expo in Atlanta. Today and tomorrow, we've got a whole series of live interviews that we're scheduling right here at our booth. And our first guest is Becky Brotherton, Director of Brand and Engagement Marketing at RIDGID. Becky, thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me. First one.
RIDGID has a big birthday this year, turning 100.
We do.
So why don't you tell me a little bit more about what that all means to reach this milestone?
Sure. It's quite the milestone for us this year, 2023, 100 years. We are celebrating heavy this year with not only industry partners, but also with media, our customers, and then of course our people, our staff that really helped us get to this milestone. And there's a ton that we're doing. So for sure, coming up, we have the PHCC show, which you're familiar with.
Yes, of course.
Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors Association, which RIDGID is a huge sponsor of, particularly the Educational Foundation Program. Mm-hmm. So that sponsors a lot of youth getting into the trade, education, and then also their apprenticeship contest. So ironically, the PHCC show is in Cleveland this year. So we're taking advantage of them being in our backyard. Close by. So a lot of their board of directors, PHCC members, and as well as media. Hopefully you're joining us.
I'm definitely going to be there.
Awesome. So that's in October, which is also Manufacturing Month. And we'll have some buses coming through our headquarters in Elyria, Ohio. And not only are our offices in Elyria, but we also do manufacturing right behind. It's all connected, but a lot of our iconic tools and are made there. So which, it all started with our iconic heavy-duty pipe wrench back in 1923. So the people that come through our plant this year, they'll be able to see firsthand those products made proudly in America, right here in Elyria,
Very good. Now, you mentioned the PHC convention in Cleveland in October, but before that, later this month, is the WET show in Indianapolis. So what do you got planned there?
So WET is, and I know you joined us last year, WET is a great show for this industry, particularly for drain cleaners, plumbers, and at WET, which is wastewater equipment, trucking and transport, we will be showing a lot of our drain cleaning products, and then most recently we just got into the pipe patch system, so we'll be showing the whole pipe patch demos, the wet out. So that was quite the showstopper.
Right.
We have a lot of other products to showcase in 3 weeks from now. So just this past fall, we launched our new 760 threader with the FXP battery. So that's a 60-volt battery. We'll be showcasing that there. We have not had that at that show yet. And then we also, we are the leader in diagnostics cameras, and we'll be showcasing some new innovations that we have in our camera category.
All right.
And we'll also be celebrating 100-year celebration at WET as well.
Your colleague Michael's going to come on and talk a little bit more about products now. But if we can go back, we talked about that straight pipe wrench. Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows that.
And do you know, what's the oldest one
around
or what?
There are some originals from 1923 that actually are circulating in our offices back in Elyria, yes. And there's one guy in particular, Josh Halstead. He's he has a plumbing firm in Elyria, and I don't know, you might have met him before, Value Rooter. He's been in some publications, but he does have an original one from 1923. Really? So, it's really fun when we get to see our hands.
Is it on his wall, or does he actually use it on the field?
He does not use it, but the back of his truck, I've seen his equipment before. He does have some of the older, iconic pipe wrenches on the back of his truck too. But we've actually have leaned into him a little bit. We did some really cool videos for our 100 year, and he's been fun to partner with because he goes to these thrift stores or garage sales and stuff, and he's found some really cool things. So anytime he gets something, he's like, "Look what I found!" So he's kind of been my go-to for some older tools.
Good. Now, there's lots of things to celebrate for the 100th. You can talk about that, but first and foremost on my mind is this beer I hear about. Tell me about that.
How often do you get to talk about a celebratory beer? Something we kind of tossed the idea around summer of 22, and we said, how cool would it be to celebrate with a beer? Obviously, a lot of our end users like to wind down from a long 80-hour work week and have a beer. So
you don't even have to work that long, really.
This industry. So we partnered with a brewery actually just a half mile from our headquarters, and it's called Unplugged.
Unplugged.
And we threw the idea, and it was immediately accepted, and they said, let's do it. So we have the beer's called Wrenched 100. So obviously leaning into the
100. It's
iconic,
an IPA.
Yeah, Wrenched 100 is celebrating 100 years. So it's brewed right there near Elyria, and then that dropped in stores January 1st, and it's also available. There's pretty much every Elyria establishment right now has it on tap.
Okay.
And another cool story there is we took our 10-inch aluminum wrench, painted it went through the paint line for the red, and then we actually made a tap handle. So those tap handles
You
will
gotta
actually.
send me a picture.
I will send you a picture.
And you gotta send me some beer.
I will send you
I
a
don't know
beer.
if you can send that, but we'll figure it out.
No, we can actually. Yeah. So the beer's actually it's for sale now.
I was going to ask you though, because you mentioned beforehand that it's going to be available nationwide, so everybody's going to want to get their hands on it.
It's available now.
More about it? Is it right now? I mean, do
right
you
now.
know
Yeah. If you
where you can find it? And buy it?
if you actually on our social media page, there's like a link tree.
Yeah,
If you go to our profile, go down there, you can see that.
All
if you Google RIDGID Wrenched 100 beer, you'll also see it there. Unplugged has a third-party shipper, because when you start talking about liquor license and shipping across state, it gets a little tricky. So they have a third party that manages that. But anybody that's interested in purchasing that beer, I recommend going online, finding that link, and then you can order. Yeah. They're sold individually, so.
We got to find that out. I have to find that out.
Yeah.
And everybody else
we will send you some. We will
Okay.
send you some.
So now before you go, and I want to talk to Michael about products happening now.
Sure.
What's going on with RIDGID Experience? Because I know you've had that for a while, and you're starting it again. Is that right? Is it new this year? It's new for this year.
New for this year. So another exciting thing at WET is that's when we kick it off. So the contest officially opens Tuesday, the 21st at WET, and that's kind of a fun debut at the show. A lot of previous RIDGID Experience winners will be at the show, so it's fun to have them part of the kickoff. And that's not going anywhere. And this year we have something even bigger to celebrate with our anniversary. So there'll be some nods to celebrating that throughout. In 22, the group from RIDGID Experience, they thought they were all going back to their hotel to get ready for the Cleveland Guardians game, but we did a pit stop at the brewery, and they were the very first group to learn about the brew and also test it.
Very good.
So they approved it, and they thought that was really cool. And it was so. The Monday after that event, I talked to the brewery, and they said there were people locally coming to the brewery to see if they could get the cans, in which they couldn't.
Yeah.
But they asked if they could have the empty cans from the trash. That's how. So we're like, this is cool. So it's been a really successful launch. But back to RIDGID Experience, the contest will be open. We have a total of 9 guests, and that will take place the first week of June. So contest opens February 21st. WET show, it opens, and then we'll have the event in Elyria like we do every year.
So 9 winners eventually.
9 guests, yeah.
And I know a little bit about it, but for people that don't know, I mean, what do the winners win exactly?
Sure. So it's a all expenses paid trip to Elyria, Ohio. Get to meet with our team. So you get to meet with marketing, sales, engineering, product managers, learn a little bit of behind the scenes, how a product goes from start to finish, concept to production. It's a win-win for us because we're big advocates of listening to the trades. We like to listen and understand pain points. What solutions can RIDGID bring to you? So listening, we'll show them a concept. Hey, this might be launched in 2025. We want that true feedback from them so we can make it better. Obviously, we have NDA signed and that kind of thing, but so a lot of product, behind the scenes. They get to tour our facility. They get to make their own iconic RIDGID wrench. We have some time over next door. We have a global schoolhouse, which a lot of training happens every day there. But for that week, it's shut down just for RIDGID Experience people. So it's kids in the candy shop. They're all over the place. There's 3 floors. They get to touch and feel all of our product. It's a lot of these huge, big RIDGID advocates. It's eye-opening to them because they don't even know half the tools that we manufacture. They see it on the wall and I didn't know you made this too. So that's fun. And then we end that day with a professional photo shoot, which those are like the shots that we send you, media. So group shots, individual shots, really celebrating them in, being in the skilled trades, blue collar. And then that evening we'll do a Guardians game. And then the next day we do a Top Golf So Greenlee is another brand that we have in-house. So professional tools, we have RIDGID, Greenlee. Greenlee is more for the electrical contractor. And we have a fun competition, the electricians versus the plumbers. So it's kind of like Sparkies versus plumbers. It's a lot of fun, but we do that at Top Golf. And then we end the week on that Friday afternoon. But it's action-packed. It's so fun.
Action-packed to say the least.
It's so fun. We love it.
Great.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing that for?
So we are coming up on our 6th year.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun, and it's something we said, hey, let's just see if it works and people like it. And here we are, year 6. It's not going anywhere. It's actually our favorite week in Elyria.
Not bad. Well, thanks for coming on
Yeah.
board, Becky.
Thank you, Steve.
Want to bring on your colleague Michael. I want to talk about some new product happening now.
Yeah.
But it's good to talk about what's happened in the past. Hey.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
Very
Good to
well,
meet
thank
you.
you.
Well, our next guest is Michael Provenzano. He's the Director of Marketing for Press Connections. And Becky filled us in a lot with what has happened in the past, I guess,
Yep.
and what you're celebrating. But you're here to tell us a little bit more about what's happening right now.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
tell us about some new products that RIDGID is bringing out.
Yeah, well, we really strive to have a pipeline of meaningful innovation. And what I mean by that is that we want our products to provide more productivity, efficiency, and safety on the job site. And we have a variety of new tools that we've just launched recently that do just that. We just launched our 760 FXP Power Drive.
Okay.
That's our latest cordless threading
Threader.
machine.
Uh-huh.
Up to 2-inch pipe capacity, 30 threads per charge. Has lights that let you know when you're getting near the end of the charge. And from a safety perspective, we have what we call torque reaction shutoff. So the tool recognizes when it's getting that kickback, and it will shut off, keeping the user safe, which is really important to us on that. We also launched a pipe patch.
Yes, I saw that last year. I remember.
Yeah, so this is a very nice adjacency to our C-Snake line and our flex shaft line. You can go in and see, what's going on with the pipe, identify the problem. You can clean it and prep it with the flex shaft, and then you come back with the pipe patch. And that really gives homeowners and plumbers an option where there may otherwise not be an option, which is really nice. And then from a pressing perspective, we've launched 4 tools in the last 3 years, which is really remarkable. And we're really excited that we just launched the RP115 mini press tool. And it's the smallest, the lightest press tool. The real goal here with this tool is to make it make pressing more accessible. So that means you can get into tighter spaces, but this tool packs a lot of value in the tool as well. You can do up to 3/4 inch today with the tool for copper and for PEX. Our users love the handle. What we've been hearing about that is we optimize the trigger. We move the trigger up front, really slim grip handle as we refer to it. From an ergonomic perspective, it makes it really comfortable to make that one-handed press, that one-handed operation with the tool, which our users know and love now.
Okay. And are these tools at your booth here?
They would normally be in our booth. We actually are not exhibiting this year. We're walking the show. Yeah, we're going to be here next year, though. We're really excited to be back next year, and we'll be showcasing all of them.
Becky was talking about some things happening later this month in Indianapolis at the Wet Show. So if you're going to attend that, I'm assuming all those tools will be there.
Yeah. Yep. It will absolutely be there.
Very good. Well, I look forward to seeing those because I plan to attend as well.
Very good.
So, I mean, what's in store for the industry, do you see?
There's a variety of trends that are happening right now. From a tooling perspective, I think we're going to see more applications for connectivity. So today you can track the number of presses, you can track the last known location of the tool. Should the tool ever require recalibration or service, you can find that information in the app. But you're going to see more data in the app, more reporting as to the presses that are made, where they're made, that type of thing. And then we're also looking at some things from a security standpoint as well. So there's definitely going to be more connectivity, more app usage with our press tools. And then from an application standpoint, ACR has been taking off. So we're launching RIDGID RLS jaws in conjunction with rapid locking systems, great ACR fittings, and we're going to be selling our toolkits with those jaws and helping support that adoption that is just, again, been accelerating really quickly in that industry. You've got a flameless, no mess connection that's really important in the refrigeration space. At the same time, we're seeing a greater acceleration and adoption of carbon steel press as well. It's been over a decade since we launched that. We were the first in North America to launch that. And I can't believe it's already been a decade, but it's really growing very rapidly. And we continue to come out with new solutions to extend the capacity, the capabilities of our tools. So we're thrilled to be launching all these tools and thrilled to be bringing our end users tools that are making them more productive, efficient, and safe.
Very good. Well, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing everything at the Wet Show too.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you
Appreciate
very much,
it very
Steve.
much. We look forward to that, more of the 100th anniversary this year.
Yep.
New tools for now.
Yep.
And a good celebration everywhere.
Very good.
Good.